Welcome to Sam V Chess. I am your host, Sam V, and I just made this YouTube channel just now because a couple months ago I started getting really interested in chess. I wanted to improve upon my memory retention and cognitive strength and just have fun. So I thought I'd start doing chess, and I've gotten really, as in super interested in it. And sometimes I have games that I want to share with my family, so I have called them and talked through the game with them. I would send them the link to the actual game I played, and yeah, it just takes a while, and I don't get the chance to do that a lot. So I thought I'd actually just make a channel to where I could screen record and narrate over my games, and then I could just send people who are interested a link, such as my family and such as my friends. I have like two friends that we talk about chess. I have about two friends that I talk about chess a lot with, so that's really cool. I think this will be more efficient. And here I can go through the thought process or the lack of thought process behind my moves and just be able to document my progression as I get better and better, and just to go back through the games I play and see why I made these errors or what I did well so that I can improve when I review them. And it's kind of like keeping a journal of where you were from and where you're going from point A to B. So I thought it'd be cool. Um, this is a YouTube channel, but I won't be investing as much time into it as I do for my music channel, which I will leave in the description of this video, just because it's not really a passion or a career like my music is. It's kind of it's a really fun hobby, so I really like it. But I'll definitely be playing for years to come, and this YouTube channel will be a good insight into that. So you can check out the description. I'll put my social media links in there just in case you happen to come across this video and we don't know each other and you want to get connected. I'll also put the link to the game that I played and maybe some other stuff. So let us begin. Oh, let me just draw this S. I thought of doing this just now because it's cool. It's like my insignia, SV, right on. So how this works, the screen is, here's a chessboard, super obviously, and as I go to the next move, the computer will tell you who has the advantage. So right here, it says plus 26, plus 0.26, plus 0.29. That means white has an advantage. The greater the number, the more the advantage. Here it says negative point or -1. That means chess has the chess. That means the opponent or black has the advantage. So here I was playing white. I'm gonna show my very first chess game ever that I played online with my account on chess.com, and I totally lost, and for a lot of good reasons. So I wanted to record this and just show what I had done wrong, what I could have done better, and why I lost. Why I lost in like 19 moves. So yeah, this screen I'll use for time control. This was a 30-minute rapid chess game, and by the end of it, we were both down to just about 20 minutes, which means I could have spent a lot more time actually thinking. I had plenty of time to make better moves, but you know, I was just a beginner. Woe is me. Back on November 30th, 2018. See, it's January 22nd, so I'm like at least 5% better than I was before. Alright, let's go. So I first started with this pawn move. I don't really know why. Thought maybe I could get my king out, which isn't recommended. And I also blocked my knight, so yeah, I don't know why I did that. They did a really common move to control the center. I got my knight out. It's not really doing anything. It's not attacking that pawn or anything. They got their knight out, defending their pawn, and I moved my pawn up. Maybe I thought this would prepare the way for that. And then they moved here. The only thing they could do with their bishop is to attack mine, but it would just be a one for one trade, so I don't really see the point in that. Oops, go back. I didn't do that. I don't know why I made that pawn move, and they brought their bishop out. Seems kind of pointless for now, unless they were to move their knight. So I moved that up, and seems like I just did this randomly, I think, but pretty good pawn structure if I were to castle kingside. They're moving their pawns up. My pawn is up to ready to prepare my bishop if I want to. And he moved this knight here, which I don't think I was expecting. But now I see that they're probably threatening to go here and then fork my queen and my rook. My only option would be to take with my king. Then I would lose my castling privileges. So good move probably. But I chased it away and advanced that pawn. And then here he starts getting a little bit more aggressive. Seems like every time he moves almost he wants to attack, which is fine. I see that more in like 10-minute games than 30-minute games. But right now we've done a few moves. This is guarding this square and attacking this pawn. And right now black has a slight advantage. And when I moved that knight there, I wasn't expecting him to move his queen out. But what it did is it pinned my knight. So I'm not legally allowed to move, really. Well, not even really. I'm not legally allowed to move, because if I do, I'll be putting my own king in check. So I had to figure out a way to deal with that, and I never did. Well, I mean, temporarily I did. I moved the bishop out to kind of free the knight for a while. They moved their knight in, and yeah, again, another opportunity to fork my queen and my rook if they wanted. The only way to avoid that would be, again, the king capture. But I moved here because it gives them a less opportunity to actually do that. Now there'd be no point, because once they go there, they're not threatening the same two pieces with that maneuver. Moving the knight out. I'm advancing those. Yeah, so the bishop took my knight. I took the bishop. When they moved their knight here, it'd be a bad idea to capture with my pawn, even though it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that knight, because then they would capture my rook and put me in check at the same time. The only way to kind of avoid that is either by moving my king out, which means they'd hit my... Well, I guess they wouldn't attack my bishop because they'd lose their queen, but I could block with my queen, probably be the best, because then we would just exchange queens real quick. But yeah, I didn't want the queen all up in my grill. Oops, I did do that. I didn't want the queen all up in my grill, so I moved that down away from that knight move anyway. So once I moved that away, it moved back. It didn't have really a play. I could take that knight. It takes my pawn. I take their pawn. And right now that's kind of like a red flag. I see it now, but I didn't at the time. They're threatening to grab this pawn, which is a check. Then I won't have anything to take the bishop with. That's not my king, so it'd be checkmate. So maybe I thought before when I was looking at this game that I maybe moved this to attack something, but maybe I moved it. Maybe I did see it and I tried to free myself up, because if they take it, I'll just move in. So I think that was a good move just to avoid that instant checkmate. Take here, I moved here, and they have a free pawn. This is the pivotal moment. Whatever I do here decides if I win or if I keep going. Right here it says I have an advantage, but it only takes one bad move for me to lose the game. And this is the bad move I did. I thought I'd just attack that bishop real quick, and if you noticed in the top right corner that I go from having a 7.75, 8 point advantage to a losing position because it says their next move is a mate. So that's a bad move. And that's what they did. Boom. Now the queen attacks all these squares. And I can't grab it with anything other than my king, but I can't because I would still be in check, so that's checkmate, and that's how I lost. This is the pivotal move. If I do any bad thing, I lose. So in this screen, I'm going to open up and go to that same spot and select Finish First Computer. Well, I'll show you a couple of things that are better that I could have done right here. Finish First Computer. Oh, by the way, here, I don't know if I said this before, but when you start on chess.com, I don't know what your grade was, or your rating was, but it was like 800, and then after this game it went down because this dude who was 961, or a little bit lower than that when they faced me, became 961 after this game, and I fell down to 680. So when I saw the rating, I was like thinking I'm probably gonna lose anyway. But yeah, that's kind of where I was. And so this is the pivotal move. Versing the computer at level 10, the highest. If I move here, they're gonna checkmate me, just like the guy did, or the girl. If I do anything else random, it's checkmate. So there's only a couple ways to avoid this that I see I could have done now. One thing I could have done is move the bishop here, because you lose the play for the queen coming, because if the queen were to take the bishop, I would take their queen, and then I have a queen and they don't, and then I'm in a good position. So let's see, it'll probably back away if I do that. Yeah, it'll back away, and then I have a pretty good advantage right now. I mean, not the best, but I mean, it's better than being checkmated at 4.46. Another thing I think is even more genius is, what if I could attack the queen, attack the bishop, and guard the space? And I think this is a ingenious move. I feel so smart for recognizing it now. When I did that, it was going to attack the queen and the bishop and the space. So if they would have moved here, I could have just captured, and then maybe they'd capture. I don't know. But yeah, pretty good move. The only thing is, of course, the queen can maneuver out of it. Maybe because it maneuvered out, I'll just take it, and then I'm in a better spot than I was before. I don't feel like I was. Now I'm not in as much danger as I was with that bishop-queen pair. And once you move there, my probability of winning jumped way up, which is good. Yeah, now I have the advantage. So that's the game. I had fun playing it. Even though I lost, now that I look back on it, I'm pretty happy that chess.com has a way of looking at these games a second time, or any number of more times, and learn. So yeah, friends and family who are watching this, hope you enjoyed the game. Hope I explained this well enough, and I'm glad that you wanted to keep up on these games. If we haven't met yet and you found this video somehow, thanks for watching too. If you want to subscribe, that would be great. You'll just see me going through my games like this, and I have more planned out that are a lot more interesting than this, and a lot more. Some of them are crazy. Like there's this one that I won in the last 2.5 seconds. I just can't believe it. So I'll be working on those in the future. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and God bless.